Mr. Minister, thank you for taking time. First of all, I would like to know your opinion about Baku Energy Week, Baku Energy Forum. What the role of transition, green energy transition, this forum?
So first of all, I would like to compliment the government of Azerbaijan, especially the Excellency President of Azerbaijan, for continuing with this transformational journey in the economic landscape. As I understand, this is the 30th anniversary of the Energy Forum, and I wish him all the best and support in expanding this platform, because I think one message that is evident to the world is that no country can move towards a sustainable climatic environment on its own. So you have to cooperate, you have to thrash out holistic policies after understanding the needs of each other, and these forums provide you better understanding on how the strategies in other countries are working. And I think Minister Pervaiz, the Honorable Minister of Energy of Azerbaijan, was very clear in his vision on how he wants to move the needle on the transition to green technologies, and how the surplus volumes that are released from fossil fuels could be diverted to meet the energy requirements in developing and growing countries like Pakistan, because this will be a complementary effort. It's not an either or relationship, because the way the energy landscape is going, I think the traditional fuels, the fossil fuels, will continue to play a reasonable role, and this realignment will provide an opportunity to induct newer technologies, to enhance cooperations between brotherly countries like Azerbaijan, Pakistan, Turkey, and the other countries. So I think it's a huge opportunity, and we will continue to cooperate with such esteemed organizations and activities.
Pakistan is very important for the world, specifically energy side. And how is Pakistan balancing is reliant on oil with global pressure to shift toward cleaner energy?
So yes, I think the global pressure is not really that relevant. It is something that we owe to our future generations, because this climate considerations will affect future generations in our countries. So this is something that we, in our own conscience, owe it to the next generations, and this is the exact direction and the desire of our Prime Minister. So as Pakistan is not a very industrialized or prosperous country. We want to transition towards a more inclusive, resilient and sustainable growth paradigm, so which means that our energy requirements will also go up as we continue to meet the demand of the 250 million people of my country, and as we continue to industrialize to provide more jobs in Pakistan. So the additional requirements could be managed by inducting all the newer technologies in the renewable space, and by utilizing the surplus volumes that are displaced in countries like Azerbaijan, who will be pushing more extensively towards the renewable space, because you have huge reserves of these hydrocarbons which need to be deployed, and I think that is extremely important that we build these partnerships in such forums and jointly work towards our larger objective of having a more sustainable global environmental situation.
You talked about a new partnership so important for the Energy Forum. And what are Pakistan's key plans to modernize its oil infrastructure, and what role do partners like China and Saudi Arabia play?
I think it's an extremely important area that you've touched, and it also gels into the overall environmental concerns that we as countries have, because as you upgrade your refineries, as you upgrade your production facilities in the oil chain, the quality of the output, the quality of the fuels that you churn out from these refineries will also improve. So if we want to transition towards cleaner fuels and attend to the environmental concerns that are there and evident in most of the industrial cities of Pakistan during the winters, I think it is extremely important that we operationalize the upgradation of our refineries. And I'm grateful to the Honorable President of Azerbaijan, who has pledged his support in meeting these upgradation requirements. And in this regard, we have the FEED studies that have been conducted, and now I think in one of the refineries the tenders have also been issued. And once we have more clarity on the kind of investment that needs to be mobilized, then we will start discussing it with our Azerbaijani partners and the Chinese partners in how to bridge that financing requirement and operationalize these upgradations, which will then churn out better fuels which tie in with our cleaner environmental agenda.
As global oil revenues fluctuate, what energy reforms is Pakistan and prioritizing to ensure an economic resilience?
So there are a couple of things that are being done to address to that, and one is the more aggressive induction of greener technology and renewable energies into our energy basket, because once these assets have been deployed, there is no subsequent requirement for fuels, so that provides you a certain cushion in terms of energy security. Then there is a conscious effort towards indigenizing our local supplies, and we've recently updated the petroleum exploration policy. We've brought in a tight gas policy under Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. We're encouraging more investment in local exploration. We have many international companies who've won contracts in the onshore blocks that were recently announced. We are going to do a similar round for the offshore blocks. So more indigenization, more induction of renewable energies, enhancing the application and efficiency standards for the appliances, and stricter emission standards. All these interventions and many more will help in the in enhancing our and expanding and reducing the dependence on imported fuels, and thereby enhancing our energy security needs.
Thank you so much.
Very kind.